Greetings, Star Trek Fleet Commanders. I am the Angry Rhino. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Arcfall Day. Hooray. Update 72. The Q Continuum. Not just like Q, but the whole continuum. Cool. I mean, it's a very entertaining part of the Star Trek, at least. Next Generation, really, and a little bit in Voyager. And a little bit in Star Trek Picard, so we'll see how this one goes. Yeah. Some potential, but some potential disaster. Maybe chaotic disaster. We are thrilled to announce Update 72 for Star Trek Fleet Command, bringing you the first part of the Q Continuum arc. This update is packed with new features, enhancements, and celebrations to mark the 6-year anniversary of our journey together. Well, kind of remember the 5th-year anniversary. Kinda. I don't remember there being anything, so hopefully the 6-year anniversary has something more to it. Packed with new features and enhancements. We don't really like it when it's packed, okay? We don't like that. By all means, keep doing it, dickheads. New building, independent archives. Supposed to be some of this mastery shit that has been discussed and asked for years. New feature, Chaos Tech. Yup. As much as we all love forbidden tech, motherfuckers doubled down on it. Yay, new hostiles. New officers, new primes, new refits. New refit. Not plural. New missions, new cosmetics, new battle pass, 6th anniversary celebrations, and more. Okay. Beck's got her video. Okay, that's cool. New quality of life improvements. We're introducing several. Not sure I saw the several, but okay. It's fine. Do your thing. Quality of life improvements in Update 72, including the Smart Speed Up button. No. Improved mission panel UI and improvement to location navigation and support for deep linking systems and mission descriptions. Yeah, I'm not gonna like any of this stuff here. Smart button, speed up. Excuse me. Smart speed up button. You can see a visual of it here. 9 minutes left in your building. There's a little, instead of, clicking the individual speed ups, you click the smart button, speed up. Or smart speed up button. It's exactly how it sounds. I've seen it in other games, and no, I don't like it. Available on the little pop-ups for buildings research, ship repair, ship construction, and away teams. Tapping the Smart Speed Up button calculates the optimal number of speed ups. That's a problem to see the optimal number of speed ups. Is it ever going to be what speed ups I want to use? Maybe. The number of speed ups you can consume and displays them in a confirmation pop-up window. Another pop-up window. A do not show message again box is there, so you could remove that second pop-up window. Available for those who wish to bypass the confirmation in the future. Confirming the automatic selection consumes the speed-ups and executes the action. You can see here the continuation of the previous screenshot where, oh, here, we're going to use one 5-minute speed-up. Okay. So at least there's that. Oh, it was 9 something, so it's not going to try to use 2 5-minute speed ups. Now, at the same time, if it's 10 minutes and 30 seconds left, will it want to use 2 5-minute speed ups? Are you going to want it to use 2 5-minute speed ups? I'm going to say no. So, there's that. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. That's not something I've actually complained about. Like, I really want them to get rid of that. Partly because so many of my shit I use Latinum for. Because I don't have enough speed ups of other shit, so I use Latinum. I don't want it to do that for Latinum. That's what the slider bar's for. Which is another thing. It's like, there's a slider bar. So, I feel like the speed up feature is already there. The speed up to the speed up feature is already there. Improved mission panel UI. It just makes it look cleaner, adds a few categories. Favorites, main missions, Federation, Romulan, Klingon, General. You can see somewhat a visual here. You can see the Federation section grouping, if you will, is closed. That's why there's a plus here. You can expand it. Klingon section here, it's open. That's why the minus is here. The plus meaning you can open it as an open to Federation, and the minus here for the Klingon meaning you can close it. Okay. It's fine. I mean, it's not, again, it's nothing that I've really asked for. I don't think I'll use it that much, if at all. It's just not where I would have focused my energy. Location navigation mechanism improvement. What's changed? Tapping any deep linked button. Are we supposed to know what that means? Because I don't know what that means. Tied to an undiscovered system will now automatically select the target area. The system pop-up will appear without needing to tap the undiscovered system itself, making navigation smoother and more intuitive. Okay. Support for deep linking systems in mission descriptions. We can now deep link systems in mission descriptions. This helps in guiding players more effectively when completing missions, streamlining the mission experience and reducing confusion about where to go next. What? I've always known where to go for missions. The little yellow thing pops up in the system. If you're looking in the system, you can see the little yellow thing. And furthermore, if you're in a galaxy view, you can see the little yellow tags. So what does this do? And even if, like, you're in a mission, and it's like, hey, I want to go, or you're in the mission screen, and you're like, oh, I want this mission. And you hit the locate button. Takes you to that system. So what is this doing? I have several missions I could do, so I'll probably try this out, see what the hell they're actually talking about, because I honestly can't tell what the hell they're talking about. Syndicate expansion negative reputation. What? There's now a toggle next to the Claim All button in the Daily Goals menu, allowing players to exclude negative rep from the Claim All button. Toggle will only be shown to players who have the claim all button enabled for them. When on, all daily goals will be collected. When off, only daily goals with no negative reputation will be collected. Includes icons for all 3 factions. So can you turn off individual factions or turn on individual factions? I mean, that's nice, I guess. I mean, I don't really care about the claim all button, to be perfectly honest with you. I hate the stupid little red things so much. I just claim the dumb things that I end up getting because I don't really care. But I can certainly see why that's useful to somebody. You know, you want the claim all button to be there because there's so many little things to collect, but you don't want it to hurt your reputation. Maybe you just deal with them being there. Well, now you can turn that off and still use the claim all button. That's fine. It's a fine place to put your energy towards quality of life improvement. And that other shit, I don't know. Here's the big one. Independent archives. We've been talking about some form of mastery for a minute. Building will be located near the Nova Squad and the Shipyard building. You've asked for it? Yeah. Like at least 2 years ago. We've been working on it for 2 years? Okay. And now it's here. The ever-expanding universe of Star Trek Fleet Command means there are countless ships to unlock. At least they're admitting it. Hostiles defeat, rewards to claim daily. Again, at least they're admitting it. We understand this can sometimes feel overwhelming. I'm sorry, sometimes? How about all the times? To alleviate some of that struggle, we're introducing the Independent Archive. Say hello to faster progression, reduced grind, amazing generic buffs, and fewer clicks. Okay, we shall see. Because we all know they fuck players over and then sell the unfuck. How much is this going to cost players? Yeah. They talked about it in the other blog. Well, I guess we can take a look there. Maybe. Yeah. I've read this. I'm just. What exactly am I going to share with you? I mean. How to upgrade the building. Starting at for players op level 16. So it's a pretty good start point. Independent. You can construct the Independent Archives by getting Independent Archive Key. Somehow. In a free bundle somewhere. In the gift section, I guess. Yeah, I was just in game a minute ago. It's not up as of yet. To upgrade the building, you'll need Independent Archive schematics. Well, why are there 2 different currencies there? Why do I need the key to make the building and then the schematics to level up? Why do I just need schematics? Doesn't make sense, but whatever. Upgrade buffs include station module and nod sigma cost efficiency. The station module sigma cost efficiency. Station module material cost efficiency, which probably isn't going to be high enough to anybody to give a shit. Chaos Tech level up cost efficiency. Chaos Tech tier up cost efficiency. Yeah, it's literally the fucking same as Forbidden Tech, except there's hostiles to grind to get this shit. Instead of, the Q trials to do. Archive data. Shard free claim. Again, more currency, and that has to deal with more of the mastery and unlocking the perks of mastery itself, I think, anyway. Again, once building a structure, you can gain access to the archives and can unlock various archive tracks. For example, the Botany Bay track becomes available to operations level 18, which is like when you can build the Botany Bay or around it. How it works: unlock archive tracks, access specific ship tracks relevant to your progression, meet requirements, complete tasks and milestones associated with each track. Excuse me. Very coffee this morning. Which, it sounds nice, but at the same time, let's say like Botany Bay or Vidar, you know how many damn Borg probes I've killed over the years? Should I have to kill more? But it's whatever. Unlock archive pillars. Use archive data shards to unlock pillars within each track. Gain buffs. Each unlocked pillar grants both track-specific and general buffs, enhancing efficiency and reducing grind. Master the track. Upon unlocking the final pillar, you master the track, consolidating all endpoint bundles into a single daily claim. Mastering tracks for ultimate convenience. Mastering tracks offers the significant advantage of merging all related daily rewards into one claim all button. Sounds neat, but like, what happens if I don't have the currency? Which, honestly, is probably a relative easy fix, but would be nice to have that information now. But it's probably going to be fine. And this claim all button is going to be within the independent archives. I mean, I guess. This feature drastically reduces the number of clicks and time spent on routine tasks. Debatable because you're going to have to, like say you're in a refinery, you're going to have to leave the refinery, so that's one click. And then click on what was this dumb building called again? Archive. So that is at least 2 clicks. And probably select the ship, so that is 3 clicks. And then to claim all, so that is 4 clicks. Yeah, I don't know. If you completed all currently supported 5 tracks, all their rewards can be collected with a single click. Only if you've done all 5. Currently supported ships and buffs: Botany Bay, Vidar Talios, Voyager, and Monavine. No Franklin? Skip over the Franklin, or is the Franklin actually obsolete like I said it was? Okay. A gift to all commanders to celebrate the launch, where including the Botany Bay track as a day 1 gift for all players in this Q Continuum arc, and it will remain available for all players indefinitely. We are taking strides to improve your gaming experience, especially concerning older in-game content and loops. So Voyager is old content and old loot. Good to know. And so is the Monavine. Old content, old loot. All of it's got to be easier by now, right? That's what they're saying. What's good news for you? The Independent Archive represents the first step in our mission to streamline your interaction with the game. We'll see. Our goals are to simplify progression, make it easier to advance through the game, enhance engagement, allow you to interact with new content more meaningfully. Assuming you pay. Okay. Increase enjoyment. Reduce grind and routine tasks so you can focus on what you enjoy. Alright, we go back to the new thing now. This is mostly the same shit I just read. I probably didn't even need to read it. Here's a little picture of the loop. Got the Franklin on the picture here, except they didn't end the Stella. So Was Franklin and the Stella included in this archive? Thought another one was missing from that list. Totally forgot about the Stella. Okay. Is this the archive? Is that the same one that Harrison blew up in Into Darkness? Yeah, I really just read all this stuff, didn't I? Here we go. Currently supported ships and related buffs. These are the related buffs. Not just the list, but the related buffs. Release gift to everybody for the Botany Bay here. Buffs provided. Survey mining speed increase. That sounds like, across the board. Botany Bay components cost efficiency. Botany Bay data mining speed. Botany Bay, for data mining speed increase. Data bonus cargo. Okay. Mastering track disables Botany Bay store bundles and move the endpoint rewards to independent archives. Here's where, to me, it gets kind of tricky here. Vidar. The buffs you get, damage to non-armada hostile is increased. Okay. Vidar component cost efficiency. Sure. Nanoprobe loot increase. Alright. Again, disable Vidar store bundles and moves endpoint rewards to independent archives. But now you have the Vidar Talios as a separate thing. Trying to remember, what is the difference between the Vidar and the Vidar Talios? If you are a lower level player and you can't get the Talios yet, then it kind of makes sense. But for me, how is that going to work? Because hasn't everything in the refinery been changed to the Talios? So for me, getting the Vidar archive is pointless. It seems like they could have just merged that. But, however, doing the Talios, buffs provided max cargo increase, which, sure, we could use some max cargo for a few things. We'll see if it's actually a meaningful increase. Component cost efficiency, nanoprobe loot increase, and loot increase from the Bolos. Disable Vidar Talios store bundles and moves endpoint rewards to independent archives. Now, the Vidar refinery is fairly big because at the end of it, you can get faction credit, independent credits, you got your expansion cube claim, and you got reputations that you can get. I'm going to assume that it doesn't just claim all on the reputations, but that if you want the reputations, you now have to go back into the refinery and click those buttons again. So it's not exactly reducing some of the clicks, but however. Unless they're moving that to the archive and you can choose to hit those buttons. You wouldn't put the reputation ones in the claim all. But at the same time, you move them for ease of convenience. Because, mastery and shit. Voyager. Big buff you're getting here. Ship repair cost efficiency sounds really nice. Component cost efficiency for the Voyager. Really? I never had problems. Sample mining speed bonus. Did you ever have problems in the mining speed of the sample? No. Herogen relic and biotoxin loot increase. Ability cost efficiency. And again, moves all the bundles to the independent archives. Monavine. Apex barrier PvP increase. Okay. I will tell you if it's an increase, you're going to throw a number out there and it'll be 100 and I'll be fuck off. Be like 100 is not good enough for anything. Because I saw something. Something's 100, and it's very small. I don't remember what it is. Component cost efficiency. All right. Net chip loot increase. I don't remember which ones are which. It's the gray ones and the blue ones. I don't give them names because I don't remember their dumbass names because there's some dumbass currency. It didn't need to be two dumbass currencies. It could have been one, but it's not. Max cargo increase. Alright. I don't even grind the Motivine anymore. I do these claims in the export because it's max. So if it's max for you, then you could just... whatever. Again, disables them all and moves them to the archive. But again, if you have to go in a refinery, now you have to leave said refinery and go to the old refinery. The old shit refinery. Alright, message from the depths. We really want to give players a chance to experience this feature, which is why the Botany Bay track will be included not only as a day one gift for all players in the Q Continuum arc, but for all players beyond that point. It was nice that the, conscious effort to make sure it's like in the game. Of course, they told us like 4 times now, which is odd. The independent archives represents step 1 for our mission to enhance your gaming experience related to older in-game content and loops. Our goal is to make it easier for you to progress through the game, interact with new content more meaningfully, and simply enjoy the game even more. Problem is, you actually have to listen to us because we're giving you the answer to this test, and you keep failing. Chaos Tech. Case in point. You keep failing. Failure. More forbidden tech, or a different kind of forbidden tech with a different currency, is not something we're going to like. Big money whale spender people, they're going to love it. The rest of us are going to hate it. To be fair, you can grind some of this shit out, supposedly. We'll see how that goes. Of course, you can grind all the currency out, but then you gotta get the Chaos Tech. How do you do that? Well, we'll figure that out. Behold the mighty Chaos Tech! What? Chaos Tech is a new type of ship equipment. That's not really new. Most comparable, but functionally and strategically different to Forbidden Tech. Is it? Okay. Chaos Tech slot. Yep. New slot. Can be found and unlocked in the ship menu of any ship, focusing on niche strategies and strong generalist officer ability type effects. This new tech pushes players to strategize in new ways both in PvP and PvE, just like Forbidden Tech. Chaos Tech components Chaos Tech complements, and when used strategically, reinforces existing Forbidden Tech, which boosts stronger general bonuses. Unlike Forbidden Tech, Chaos Tech provides immediate power upon acquisition. Okay. Upgrading Chaos Tech equipment does not have a success chance. That's nice. Thank you so much. Oh wait, there's more. For every level or tier up. Make sure I understand this. Make sure I understand this because they're bearing the lead here. Or maybe I'm just terrible at reading. Actually, it's probably both. Okay. It would appear that every level is guaranteed. I actually thought that's what it was when I first initially read this, but then when I was going through it with y'all, I thought they was going to get you on this one. It sounds like every level in tier up is guaranteed. There's no percentage. You get the resources, you click the button, boom, you're there. Sounds like it. We'll have to see. Essential resources. I wouldn't necessarily call them essential. Call them something you put in there to make more money. Chaos Tech Fusion Rods. Oh, so we're still going with this shit. Fusion Rods. Yeah. Used to unlock the tech slots and remove tech from ship. I feel okay with the way, it's going for, removing the forbidden tech. Unlocking the slots gets really fucking expensive when you're in the 60s. It's like 63,000 to unlock it on a Selkie. With a stupid ass mining ship, 63,000? It's more than 2 months of daily pulls. But one ship. It's not even to get the forbidden tech or to put it on or to take it over. Just to unlock the slot. Tier up catalyst, we know what that is. Chaos matter, like proto matter, except chaos matter. Got it? Chaos tech reactor, you know what they are. Chaos tech fragments. Something that some people may have not have picked up on. The fragments here granted when earning shards over the maximum for a chaos tech. Refined into chaos tech upgrade materials. There is another claim in there. New chaos tech items. The Q cannon. Against players, each time the opponent scores a critical hit, reduce their base weapon damage by 200% for 2 rounds. Ability stacks. Okay. Against players, reduce the opponent's base critical hit damage by 300%. Against players, increase base weapon damage by 1,500%. Okay. Temporal Conduit. When fighting armadas or hostiles at the start of each round, gain a 85% chance to inflict hull breach for 2 rounds. I have Milana Torres. I don't give a fuck about that. Increase the amount of resources you get from destroying Zindi hostiles with any ship by 1,200%. Fairly nice, I guess. Gain 50,000 Apex barrier when fighting Zindi reptiles or aquatics. I get it. I get exactly what you're trying to do here. But why don't you just add the Zindi shit to the X-Borg store? Because I don't have none of this stuff. I don't have none of that. I got about a 600% boost to the resources because of Archer. This is like, what, tripling it? And then 50,000 Apex barrier. 50,000 is going to be a lot for you. It just seems like, well, then why are we going out and fighting the Zindis anymore? Might as well just get the thing in the X-Borg store. This is kind of just... And I don't really care about this, because I have Torres, and Torres is 100%. Like, I'm not going to get a forbidden tech for it. Though, I mean, for some of you, sure, it's going to help with the, you don't have the lower deck slot, or maybe you don't have a Max Torres, or well, players really need to. Especially if you're going to do this here. Why don't you let players get a max Bolano Torres? It looks too good to be true. Also, right? Like, if it looks so good, you're not going to get it unless you pay for it. Right? I mean, whatever. I think would have rather continued on with the X-Borg theme. Right? The little bundles in there for the loops. Electronic magnetic loot. When fighting non-armada hostile player. I'm sorry. When fighting non-armada hostiles. At the start of each round, increase isolated cascade by 10% for 3 rounds. It's not that much. Increase the amount of resources you get from destroying Texas-class hostiles by 400%. At the same time, I don't think the cargo bay on the Monavine is big enough. I remember grinding out the Monavine, which I don't do anymore. Because I don't have to. Because of export. Hint, hint. A 400% increase, it sounds nice and all, but at the same time, you're going to fill that damn cargo bay up so fast. And then more Apex barrier. I don't know. Actually just doesn't seem that worth it to me. At all. Thought Maker. When fighting non-armada hostiles at the start of each round, increase your apex barrier by 100. This is the one I was talking about. Yeah, it turns out it's a common, not uncommon, because they went epic, rare, common. Increase your apex barrier by 100 for 5 rounds. Okay. Thank you so much for the 100 apex barrier, which is like nothing. Increase the amount of resources your ship receives from a non-armada hostile by 20%. That's it. 20%. This is so low. Why would I care about that? New hostiles. New system and hostiles await you in continuum space. Kind of weird to think that they have continuum space, but how else would you do it, right? I mean, the Q continuum is like its own location. It's not in the galaxy. Assuming I even know what the hell I'm talking about with the continuum, it's kind of hard to comprehend a little bit, maybe. Because it does deal with like time not existing at all, which is weird. Venture into these systems to complete core and side missions. Battle against challenging new adversaries. Simulated Corin class. Focus Isolitis. Increases isolitic damage by X% for 2 rounds every time it hits with a weapon while having morale. At the start of each round, applies morale to itself for 1 round. Okay. Critical Breach increases critical chance by X for 2 rounds every time it hits with a weapon while the player is hull breached, and inflicts hull breach at the start of each round. And that was assimilated Prohibitor class. Assimilated. Why are they assimilated? They're Q. Not Borg. Whatever. Assimilated Frohum class. Increase standard damage by X for 2 rounds every time it hits with a weapon while the player is burning. And then applies burning at the start of each round. And these are the Continuum Space Hostiles, which is weird that they're assimilated. Did I miss something in that storyline? The Borg and the Q buddies? Engaging with Continuum space hostiles in Update 72. Defeat these hostiles to gain Chaos modules. Exchange Chaos modules in the Continuum refinery. Yeah, you had to give us mastery. Otherwise, a whole brand new fucking loop that we're going to tell you to go fuck yourself on. Acquire through Chaos Material Exchange Refinery Bundle. Chaos Tech Fusion Rods, Chaos Tech Tear-Up Catalyst, Chaos Matter, Chaos Tech Reactors. Loot gained from these hostiles will appear in a chest. So it does sound kind of nice. It doesn't go to your cargo bay. You don't have to worry about it getting. You're getting OPC hunted. Kind of the opposite of the Mirrorverse, right? Everything, according to this, I haven't killed any, but according to this, it just goes right into your chest. New officers. Jesus, this fucking video is long as shit. Epic Starfleet Q. Captain ability. Round start against player Starfleet Q has a 40% chance to apply morale to your ship for 1 round. Officer ability on round start if placed on a ship with morale against players commanding an interceptor. Starfleet Q increases your apex barrier by 10,000, 12,000, 14,000, 15,000, and 16,000. Okay. Don't really like that, especially when it's what ship your opponent has, because sometimes you just can't control that at all. If it was my ship, I can control that. Opponent's ship, can't really do nothing about it. And why it has to be based on your opponent's ship, who cares, man? But whatever. Let's take a look at the other two guys. They kind of make up for that, I think. Mariachi Q, officer ability. On round start if placed on a ship with morale against players. Mariachi Q increases your isolated cascade damage by 50, 60, 75, 95, and 120% for 3 rounds. Is it stacking or is it just limited like, let's say, an Honor Guard Worf? Not sure. It does look like it actually might stack. Below deck ability, on round start against players affected by burning. So, your opponent has to be burning. Mariachi Q increases your apex barrier by 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000, 15,000. So terrible. Again, it kind of does make up for, the other guy's ability activating only when you're fighting an interceptor. French Marshal Q. Officer ability on round start when placed on a ship with morale against players. Marshal Q increases your weapon shots. There's that 25, 30, 35, 40, and 50%. Not a huge increase, but, a few more shots in there. Below deck ability on round start, if the enemy player has any state, Marshal Q repairs 5%, 7%, 10%, 14%, 20% of the hull damage taken in previous rounds of combat. It's not a lot. When you combine it with some other things, maybe. And of course, there is a code. You can go to the website, put in Q Surprise, and you'll get 2 Mariachi shards, 2 Starfleet Q shards, and 400 independent archive schematics, whatever the hell they even mean. Don't even know yet. New primes and a refit. Some shit for liquid omega trillium. Reduces costs of the NACA raw omega trillium claim by 60%. And it increases the payout by 100%. Okay. Fine, I don't get why that's worth $100, but by all means. Prime Terran Arena claim. Increases common Terran credits and uncommon Terran credits in the Terran Arena claim by 50%. I'm sorry, I think your $100 is worth more than that. A 50% increase? You can't even get 1% per dollar. Bullshit. It's terrible. New Vindicator refit. I still don't even know the free-to-play path for it, but by golly, there's already a refit for it. Epic, Vale, and Andorian Doc Brown officers added to the Vindicate Officer Acquisition Bundle in Refinery. They're not just added in there. You gotta have the refit. Cool. Fuck off. Number of roles for the Vindicate Officer Acquisition in a Refinery increased by 1. Cool. Requires 120 shards to unlock. Yay. There's new missions. Q Jr. in here. Cool. Apparently he goes on some pilgrimage to resurrect some alien species. El Auran. I don't even remember who they are. They were just decimated by the Borg. Apparently, the Q Continuum limits his power because they think he's involved in the incident. What? The Q Continuum think that Q Jr. made all these All-Alarans decimated? Or decimated all these All-Alarans? What? That's weird. If the Borg did the decimation, wouldn't the Q Continuum know that the Borg did it and not mistakenly think that Q Jr. did it? You're kidding me, right? Okay. So yeah, then Q Jr. asks Mia and the commander to help him. Yeah, we're going to help Q Jr. because the Q Continuum is wrongly accusing him of decimating a species. Because apparently they don't know. Alright, okay, boss. However, side missions, cool. Yeah, I don't really care about this shit anymore. That's about it, I think, for this patch notes. Cosmetics. What the hell is this? I'm sorry, but that looks hideous. It looks terrible. I don't want that. New frame. This is a frame? That's a frame. Okay. Hailing frequencies. New hailing frequencies. There's 1. 6-year anniversary celebration. There's a cake with a 6 on it. On the side, not on the top. Because a spaceship landed on top of the cake. Okay, cool. And now we get to the bug fixes, which is long as shit. Oh wait, that's the end of the page. What happened to the bug fixes? Well, apparently there were only 4 bugs to fix. Okay. Alright, yeah, really need to get out of here. So, update 72, bringing in, finally, Mastery. We'll see how much of it we can actually get and how much we gotta pay for. Shouldn't have to be paying for none of this shit. It's old shit, as they said multiple times in these patch notes. So hopefully we'll get a chance to, earn it. Chaos Tech. Yep, just like Forbidden Tech, but yeah. Whatever. Alright, so comment below. Are you finally excited that Mastery is here? It's called something different, but it's Mastery. Finally excited. I'm a little excited, but I'm also, I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because I know how these people run shit. Chaos Tech. Tell me your thoughts of Chaos Tech. You thinking it's going to be better than Forbidden Tech or more of the same? Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm the Angry Rhino. Shields up, Commanders.